What's going on, everybody? It's Cameron here at Tactical Trading Services, and I just wanted to do a quick live this weekend for just a general overview of the market and what's going on. If everybody give me just a second here, let me get these live links shared out on Facebook, and then we will get started. So give me just a second. Get everything shared, and we'll go over some stuff. It was quite an interesting week, to say the least, and it's going to be even more interesting to see where things go. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start out with looking at SPX. That's usually what I like to stick with as far as the broader markets. So if we look over at the weekly, we can see that there was some major bearish action going on. We had a range 92 points, and we closed quite bearish after making a new all-time high. And you know, there was some inflation data come out here recently, and we had the Fed talk on Wednesday regarding monetary policy and everything, and they kind of I don't know, there was some stuff in there that really could turn out quite negative in the future. But anyway, the weekly chart is starting to shape up to be like we're going to get a little pullback. I mean, at the end of the day, we're at all-time highs though, right? So over here at the daily, it's a little concerning because we broke down quite well, actually. We broke right through some of these key moving averages on the higher time frames, and we didn't even hold the 50 there. We closed 20 points under it, and that's kind of concerning. But it's best on times like this to wait for some follow through to see what's going to happen, because we could bounce back Monday, and we could hold these levels and start moving on up. But if we don't, then I'm looking at 4,100 more than likely for a test of there. And if we fail that, then it's gonna be some bad news. I want to look at Tesla as well. Tesla, oh man, Tesla. The weekly chart. The weekly chart's looking like it could, I don't know, it could go either way, really. I was whipsawed a little bit in Tesla here recently. It's a beast. The daily chart is really starting to shape up here. We came down here and we had a test in the 550s, and see we had a test back here, and it served as support back here. I was ultimately looking for it to get down to 500, and I hope that once we come up here and test this 50, maybe that'll serve as resistance and we'll fall back down into here, and because I'm really wanting to scoop up a large trade down there. But as you can see, for the last month or so, this 200 is really serving as good support. We've tried to break it, and we just bounce right back to it. So that is excellent, excellent support. And I'd say if we continue holding this 200 and we break above this 50, I mean it's off to the races, you know, and 700 is just a stone's throw away, and that would be easy for Tesla to do, 700 to 750, and ultimately back up here. Long term, I've been bullish on Tesla long term, and I think that it's gonna go a lot higher in time. That's why I was really wanting to pick up a large equities trade down here and do a long-term hold on it, but I may not get that chance, unfortunately. So just gonna have to wait and see what happens, and maybe it'll work out. I don't know. Amazon has done fairly well. As you can see, I don't know when I drew this trend line, but I've had that trend line drawn for a while now. I'm just now noticing that, 'cause I haven't looked at this chart in a long time, but we came right down here to that trend line and right on the 200, and we bounced right off of it. I mean, we bounced from 3,200 all the way to pretty much 3,500, so we bounced 300 points right off of that. So that would have been an excellent trade had I seen that earlier, but it's looking like I don't know, maybe. See, we've been in consolidation for a long time on a lot of these tech names. If you just take a step back, and look at this. See where I want to put it. I'll put it right there. Look at how long we've just been consolidating sideways, and you know, I mean, it's been a long time. This is the weekly chart here, and as you can see, I mean, it's just been just super consolidation. And even the weekly chart would have had a nice entry. I mean, look, we came down right to the 50 on the weekly, and we bounced up. They have earnings on the 29th, so a little over a month to go. Are we going to see a run up to earnings? Another run up like this right here? It's very possible, because this thing has just been consolidating for so long that it's ready to make a move. And the only thing that concerns me really kind of is the state that the indices are in. SPX, I'm really gonna have to wait and see if it holds its area and bounces up, because if it starts selling off, well, it's gonna bring a lot of stuff with it. NDX was kind of muted last week. Yeah, we made a new high, but we came back and we closed right in the middle there, and that's kind of, it's not really a clear indicative candlestick pattern to show that we're going to just rally hard next week, right? But we have a little bearish indication right here. So we're really going to have to watch this going into next week. We could be coming back down to the 13,700 level and testing it. But NDX has been doing pretty well for a while now. If we draw a little channel here, you know, there's been some sell-offs in this market, but you know, it's been it's been it's hold on just a second here. Hold on. It's been in a general uptrend for a long time, and there's been a lot of buy the dip opportunities, like I said. And the, is inflation going to be inflation and monetary policy? Is that going to be our key to really get a sell off, or what are we going to do the next few years? It's just amazing that we've been in such a bull market for so long, and coming off the COVID lows. I mean, it's been amazing, coming off those lows. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, and try to stay on the forefront of, and just try and trade smart. I had a guy in the Facebook group asking about SENS, and I just wanted to take a second and talk about that. And here's what I think is up with SENS. I like this ticker. If we come back down here to $3 a share, then I will be looking up to pick some up. If we start breaking below that and start breaking below these moving averages, then that is not a good sign. But I think that there could be, oh man, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. 1, 3. Yeah, this could really go either way. If we hold 3, then I would like it into 5. But if we do not hold 3, let's see here. Let's make this one white. And we'll say if we do not hold $3 a share, and this thing just really starts to go, then gosh, I'm looking at 1. All right, $2 difference exactly between the two, but so here's my thought process on that, okay? I can see it two ways. If we go back here and look, we can see this rally, okay, right into the 5 handle. We broke to 556 and sold off sharply. So 5 is naturally going to be a psychological price point to serve as resistance, right? So we sold off and we consolidated a little bit right down here in this range, right above this gap. So this gap was never truly filled, okay? We consolidated and we started to pop. So where did we pop to? We popped to right there, right below this. And that served as resistance. This area right here on the previous highs served as resistance. And we didn't break through it. And we had a very bearish setup here. And that's kind of concerning. That we made a lower high. Okay. So it's if we come back down here and back test this 3 area and we start to bounce, then I like it. But like I said, if we don't, I can see this thing going and filling this gap, that gap right there, because that gap has never been filled, it's never been back tested, and $1, that will be a, you know, that'll be a psychological level as well, in my opinion. So we'll just have to see. This is one that I would be patient on, and this is one that I would not go all in on. But it has potential, but I can see it both ways. I can see this being a sharper sell-off and pushing into lower lows. So it's very key to be patient. And I know that you can get FOMO a lot on names like this, and I know that a lot of people they'll look back here and they'll be like, oh man, it went from 50 cents all the way up to 5.56. That's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And they'll get FOMO and they'll think this time it's going to 10, you know, and sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't, and people lose quite a bit because they were not patient or disciplined in their trading. So I think it's important to be patient with this one. There's I actually have, I want to bring this up. We'll do this one first, because if we go over here excuse me, to the daily chart, let me just activate my, so I had this note, and I think this is actually, I drew this on the hourly chart. Where's my note at? I don't see it on here. So anyways, what I was saying was, so if this trend line, I had this white trend line right here, I said if this trend line holds, then the correction is complete. If it breaks, then look for 1623 to 1733 before a rally into the 50 handle. Okay, it obviously broke, and we're coming right into the 1623 to 1733 handle. So let's do this. So if we say there's 1622 and $17.34, it's close enough, okay? So we're adding this box today to show my consolidation range, okay? And so we're going to see what happens. And I own some shares of this, and I have an options trade out in the service there to take advantage. So if we do this, we'll put that at 50. That way we can come back and look at this and see. And I'll go ahead and change the color to green because that's our target. And it's quite a ways down, but we'll say 1214 is going to be my invalidation level for my analysis. So I could be wrong, but this is one. I mean, if if I'm buying shares down here at $16, $17 and we rally up to 50, that's going to be one heck of a trade, right? So we'll see what happens. we start breaking lower and not shaping up, then I'll change my analysis and work around what I got. Another one that I like and that I've been watching is Workhorse. So I've had Workhorse as support at 1290 to 1348. And I said if the support holds, then I like a move back to 23. And we will put that there. And I own shares in Workhorse right now. So as you can see, we came down, we got in there, and we back tested it. It just needs to pick up now and go. Obviously, the first resistance is going to be 20, okay, right? Because that's your 200 on your daily chart. So that's obviously going to be some resistance. But notice your 20 and your 50. Your 20 crossed above your 50, and they are starting to turn up, and price action is starting to meet them. So usually what will happen is we'll consolidate sideways until the moving averages catch up, at which point we will pop and rally. So I still like Workhorse. I do. I still like it. And another one that I think is going to be an amazing, amazing opportunity is that of Plug. And here's what could very potentially end up happening. I like Plug at 25. Okay? I do. I like Plug at 25. If Plug gets to 25, I'm going to open a position, more than likely. Of course, things can change. Because I think that Plug has a bright future and will be a good swing trade into the end of the year. So what I think could end up happening is earnings can be our reason to fall down into this area of support, and you can see, like, right in there, that's going to be support right there. Earnings could be our reason to pull back into there, and if we start basing and consolidating and looking good and holding that level, I'm going to open that position. And I think, call me crazy, but I think Plug has the potential to go to $100 by the end of this year. We'll see. It's going to be one that I'm really going to be paying attention to. So keep that one on your radar, because it could really be good. Another one, I think I talked about this one on my last live. I don't know. I can't remember. I like Grow Generation. I think that the cannabis space is still a good space. And I think that this one has potential. So what I'm going to do on this, if we get down into the 35 area and we start testing this lower trend line that I have drawn, I'm going to start picking up some shares of Grow Generation for a longer term swing trade as well, because I think that one has a lot of potential. It's going to be a pretty good trade, I feel. So keep that one on your radar as well. Let me think. What else can we cover real quick before we get off? How long have I been going? 25 minutes? Yeah. So we'll look at Apple real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. So Apple, look, I've already had the trend lines drawn for a while. It's been in consolidation the same as Amazon. And what's really funny, if you think about it, think about what we just looked at on the indices, and how they were making new highs, right? But a lot of these big tech names are moving sideways to slightly bearish. So if the indices really start to pick up and really start to rally again, and these names start to break out of this consolidation to the upside, we're going to have an amazing bull market continuation. So it's really important to dive down into these individual names that are large holdings in these indices, and see what they're doing, because they're going to be the ones moving them. So as you can see, we came back up here and we tested this upper, and we had a little bearish candle here and looking to pull back. So maybe we'll get that little pullback into the 127 area, maybe into this lower trend line. This is just going to keep coiling tighter and tighter before it takes off again. So if we do come back down here, this is going to be a huge confluence of support. You got this lower trend line, you got your daily 200, you have your daily 20 starting to curl up. This is going to be some amazing support. So I will probably open up a bullish position in Apple if all things stay the same as now when that time comes. And that will be that'd be a pretty good trade, because Apple's they're a pretty good company. They're not gonna go anywhere anytime soon, I don't think. So I guess I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't know of anything else really to look at. So if anybody has any requests for anything, then just let me know, and we can take a look at it and see what we think. But yeah, thanks for watching, and go check us out on Facebook. Just look us up, Tactical Trading Services. Like us, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to be more active on the YouTube channel. I'm really bad about that, about not being active and not making posts and stuff like that, because I'm usually focused on finding trades and sending trades out to the team and everything, and I don't know. I need a marketing manager is what I need to handle all the Facebook posts and scheduling me to do live sessions and everything. So maybe I'll get one someday. But like I said, if anybody has any questions, needs any help with trading, anything like that, then just let me know. Trading can be a hard game, so you don't have to do it alone. We're here to help you. So yeah, if anybody needs anything, let me know. And for all the dads out there, happy Father's Day weekend, and I hope you enjoy yourselves in the weekend, your family. So thanks everybody. Bye.